Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. My name is Paulo and I'm here again for another video. And today in this video there will be no writing tests or anything like that, but I want to show you once again stuff that I bought. I'm starting to go out and to check some stores, and I decided to go to see some old stores that I still know about. Some of them already closed, and I got some stuff that I want to show you. They're all in this bag, and let's start. Let's start by the first thing that you may consider to be a very bad start. Because in a channel where I talk all the time about fountain pens, I'm going to show you a ballpoint pen. And maybe someday I will write about this or make a video about this. You all know very well the big ballpoint pen, and this one was the Portuguese brand of those kind of disposable ballpoints, and this was Molly. Molly was a Portuguese brand, as I told you. The brand still exists, as far as I know. It no longer produces this stuff, but this was one of the old ballpoints that I used when I was in school, and we could choose to use Bic or Molly. So just to show you that there was a Portuguese brand of ballpoint pens. They even had some fountain pens in earlier days, and I've seen once a photo of a Caveco pen rebranded as Molly. Okay, don't worry, I will not talk anymore about ballpoint pens today. Let's go to the next thing, and the next thing is also a Portuguese thing. I thought you might find it interesting. The international people may find these interesting, and the Portuguese people will find these like a nostalgic thing. I bought two of those, and you can see here it is 100 grams papel azul com linhas. And this means it is 100 grams per square meter paper, no problem with that. And this was a paper that in Portuguese was called papel azul de 25 linhas, which means blue paper with 25 lines. And this was the legal paper. If you had to make a legal document, like to write a contract or to sell a house or anything, you would write on this kind of paper. This was known for a very long time, until the 1980s. Then it is no longer used. Maybe I'll try to make some writing samples in these and show you the paper and talk about it later. But I just want to show you, this was the legal paper in Portugal for many years. Just a nostalgic thing. And let's move on to some stuff. Another thing I got in one of those stores, this came from several stores, was this. The guy, because I bought some other stuff there, he gave me this. This is a rotring, it's used and oxidized. This is a rotring stand for pens, so you put it here, the pen goes there, and it is for showing on the store window. But I think it's fine, interesting, so thank you for that. And now, fountain pens need ink, and I went for ink. I bought this bottle of Quink, Parker Super Quink Green. This is a very dark label, not usual to be that dark. And there was some leakage of the bottle. You can see that this part that was not exposed to the sun, it is whiter than the other part that was exposed to the light and the air, and there you have it, green. It is half full, so maybe they spilled the rest, or they used for testing something, or it just evaporated and so on. These are interesting, they tell us about other Parker products. I love Quick ink, so this is a nice bottle of 57 milliliters. Then, in the same store, I bought this one. I never saw one that was so grey. It is royal blue washable ink. Actually, the washable ink tends to disappear a little with time, so I think I find it funny because it's like if they are showing the real color after some time. I don't think it's that. This was maybe something about the printing, because even here it is gray instead of blue inside, and this is protected from light. And this is a smaller bottle. This is a 29 milliliters bottle, a very smaller one, and this is the color that should be also on the outside. Beautiful little bottle. I love it, and this came from the same store as the Quick Green. So Quick Green and Quick washable, royal blue washable. And we still have two more items there. The next one I'm going to show is another, sorry, let me take the bag away because it's almost empty. This is another new old stock pen, and this was a set. This is a Reform set. Reform is a German brand that no longer exists as far as I know, and you can see there it's from Heidelberg, West Germany. There is nothing here on this side. It says only it is PVC free, and that's it. You can see the Reform there. And this is a set that comes in this plastic stand, and the plastic stand is of fake marble. You see the white with these grayish veins, and you have an interesting, that's me there, an interesting gold colored cap, and it is blue ink from Reform, and it also has a ballpoint pen, and it has a fountain pen, and this fountain pen is a piston filler, which is nice. And I need to put some silicone grease on this one because it is very, very stiff, and I don't want to force it because it was never used, and it's there maybe for, I don't know, 30 years at least, because it's from West Germany. So this will put it before 1991. And there on the nib you have, I'm not sure if you can see, medium nib, Reform, iridium point, West Germany. This is an interesting pen. I already checked. I don't think it will unscrew there, but the nib unit is a screw fit unit, so I will use it to, I will remove it to access the piston, to put some silicone grease and to get it to work again. Let me put it like this. And finally, the last thing that I found, and it is very interesting, at least for me, but this is kind of a personal memory. When I was at school, very few people used fountain pens because nobody were using it by then, only older people. But there was a pen that came out, I'm talking about the 80s, 1980s. There was a pen that was very famous because it was associated with a brand, and it was a very popular brand. So it would be cool if you had a Harley-Davidson fountain pen or a ballpoint pen, because there were ballpoint pens, and I had several colleagues that had the ballpoint pen. But I went to a store, he had several boxes, most of them were ballpoint pens, but I saw he had 2 boxes still that had that, which means this is caneta, which means pen, but we usually use pen for fountain pen and other designations for the other kinds of pens. So when we say only pen, it's fountain pen in the Portuguese equivalent. And so I got this one. This is called Bad Boy, Harley-Davidson Bad Boy, and it is a turquoise. It is a made in France pen, and this pen was made by Stipen, which is a pen that I like a lot, and I guess I told you that, and I have several pens, and I bought some recently that I showed you here. And here it is. This is a fountain pen that is quite fun. It is plastic, it has this metal part and this middle part there. It is also metal and the top is metal. It has a very nice spring-loaded clip. It has the Harley-Davidson logo there. And you unscrew it and you have, there isn't the Stipen branding is nowhere on the pen, and there you have the Harley-Davidson logo and with the medium nib. The most interesting thing about this pen, this is the only pen that I have, as far as I noticed, that has the inscription to be seen when you look at the nib like this. Not when you look at the nib when you're looking at it, but I think it makes sense when you are writing with it. And let me show you. So this way it will make sense to see the M there on the right position and then the logo of Harley-Davidson. And it is fun because even the golden plating of the logo is a little bit off the engraving that is on the nib. So it is 1 millimeter off, more or less, so, or half millimeter. It is interesting, and it is fun that it is engraved like this and not as every other pen is like this one. So if you know any pen that has this kind of engraving, please let me know, because as far as I know, in my whole collection, this is the only one that is this way. So this is a very interesting pen, and I think now I can go back to school, and finally I can become the very popular guy that I never was, because I have a popular and very trendy and nice pen from a brand that no longer exists. It was bought by Bic and then it ended. And this is a Stipen pen, and this is also a Stipen cartridge that is very well known for this kind of shape. So I'm quite happy with this, because I can't say that enough. I'm really happy to have finally a Harley-Davidson pen. This is not the most expensive pen you can get. This is not anything actually rare, but you know, it brings me back in time. I don't remember seeing this finish. I guess I have seen some with metal, with chrome metal there, but this is an interesting pen in my opinion. It has to be here because it's too black to be seen against the black background. And so this is all I had to show you. I guess I still have maybe 1 or 2 stores to go and check. So I think I'm ending what is available here in Lisbon. After that, I don't know what we can find unless it is collector stuff. This is collector stuff being sold as if they still were on the market. And the guy that had these ones, he also had in a blue finish. So this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this kind of video that started with a ballpoint. I know it was a Portuguese, and went through English ink, passed by German pens, and ended in a French pen. So this video was very European. Enough for today. I hope to see you soon. Bye.